Welcome to episode 25 of Reverse the Relapse. And today we are talking about your psychological set point weight. What is your magic number for your psychological set point weight? So stay tuned. This is a juicy one that you will not want to miss. You're in the right place if you're ready to stop the sabotage and weight regain post-weight loss surgery and start losing again. Hi, I'm Georgie Beames. I'm a psychologist who specializes in the area of emotional eating, sabotage, and weight regain for weight loss surgery patients. I work both in a weight loss surgery clinic as well as supporting women online to reverse the relapse. I honestly believe that psychology should be a mandatory part of everyone's weight loss surgery journey. Your body has had an upgrade to version 2.0 after surgery, but your mind has been operating at version 1.0. You're here to update your mind to match your body and get back on your weight loss path, and I'm here to help you. So I want to start with a bit of a personal story before we get into the content because we've had a very, very challenging week, and it does feed into the reason why I chose this specific topic this week. So last week I was on my way home from the weight loss surgery clinic last Wednesday, and Con, my hubby, called me on the way home and said to me, "Don't panic, but there's 2 ambulances at our house. Nate's okay, but," right? And then, of course, I got that sick feeling all over and felt, it was just terrible, just so incredibly emotional, right? Of something bad has happened. So they took him to the hospital, and he was in hospital for 2 nights. He's totally fine now. It's all good. Taken a few days to bounce back, but he's got his little attitude back, his little spark. And he had something called complex febrile convulsions. So basically he had 2 seizures. So he had one in front of Con, and Con called the ambulance. And then he had a follow-up seizure at the hospital. And the good news is that he's recovered. It seems that it came from a virus. And from what I understand, speaking to the doctors, and again, we had caught up with the GP this morning, is that it's quite common, and often children have one and then they don't have any more, but it's really scary. It is really scary. So Con was with Nate for the first night in the hospital, and I went for the second night because now there's all sorts of rules with COVID, right, and restrictions. So I had a really rough night on the second night, and basically I just didn't get to sleep properly till around 5 a.m. in the morning, and Nate was being woken up for observations, and the poor little thing, he was being like poked and prodded, and he wouldn't go back to sleep. It would take hours for me to get him back to sleep. And then I finally got to sleep at 5 a.m. and the nurse came in at 7:15 in the morning. And she looked at me, and I'm on like the couch, and she said to me, "You look familiar." And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I bet this is an old client. Like when it's like you really don't want to see anyone at these times. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I have not slept. I look like nothing on earth. I haven't washed my hair in like 5 days. I have morning breath, right? And anyway, we worked out it was a previous client who is really, really lovely, and we got chatting about weight loss surgery and goal weights and everything like that. And she's a few kilos off her goal weight, and I had this exact same conversation with 2 other clients during the week, and I thought, come on, this is the 3rd conversation in a few days. This is a sign. I need to talk about this on the next episode on my podcast, because it's not popping up at work. It's popping up in the hospital, like these other situations that I'm in as well. So you've probably heard of the set point weight theory, where your body will really try to keep you in a certain weight range, right? Now, I want to talk to you about a different concept called your psychological set point weight. We've all got one. And in my opinion, this is more powerful, and I'll explain exactly why. Now, all 3 clients last week had this exact same issue. So they lost a significant amount of weight after their surgery. Maybe it was 30 kilos, maybe it was 40 kilos or more. And then they were anywhere within maybe 5 kilograms to 15 kilograms or 20 kilograms of reaching their goal weight. And their weight had now plateaued, and their weight had plateaued for months, and they just didn't know why. And they assumed that it could have been their set point, right? Now, I identified their key block pretty quickly that was preventing them from reaching their goal weight. And it wasn't what they were thinking, right? And this was to do with their psychological set point weight. And this is going to make so much more sense to you as you continue, to hear what this is all about. So on the one hand, they felt frustrated that their weight had plateaued and they couldn't get the scales moving down. But on the other hand, they were really happy with the fact that they lost such a significant amount of weight. They were really proud of themselves. The 30 kilo, the 40 kilo or more weight loss, right? That's huge. It's a huge achievement. And they were feeling so much more comfortable in their own skin with this significant weight loss. They were moving better, the mobility, they could reach places they couldn't reach before, etc. Bottom line, they were comfortable at their current weight. So basically, they're telling their subconscious mind, so remember that's 90% of who we are, that they're comfortable at their weight when they're 5 or 15 kilos out from their goal weight. So they've set a psychological set point for their weight about where they're comfortable being. So think about it. There's no real reason to change when we're comfortable, right? Now, being comfortable doesn't mean that you're happy with where you're at. So you can be comfortable but not happy with a result, but it doesn't matter. You will still stay comfortable. Comfortable will always trump happy. So would they like to lose more weight? Totally. But it wasn't enough for them to change, because we change from a place of pain, not from a place of comfort. So the great news is that you can shift your psychological set point by setting your new psychological set point weight in your subconscious mind. And this is exactly what I did with one of my clients last week. So she had a psychological block about getting to the next milestone with her weight loss, which was to have a 7 at the front, even 79 kilos, right? And we cleared that block, and she will get there next time we catch up. I have no doubt about it. We just had to create a new psychological set point for her. Now, for some of you, your psychological set point weight is 5 kilos, maybe 15 kilos, maybe 20 kilos off your goal weight. And for others, your psychological set point weight could be your pre-surgery weight. Okay? It's so powerful. You can see that, right? So this is so powerful that I've actually created a psychological set point weight module in my version 2.0 upgrade program, so you can stop the weight plateau and weight regain. So if you want to find out more how you can shift your psychological set point weight, make sure you click the link. So here's your transformation takeaway. I want you to think about your psychological set point weight. What's your number, or what's your range? Is it in the 90s? Is it in the 80s? Is it in the 70s? What is it for you? And you will know this by understanding what number is safe and comfortable for you versus the number that feels uncomfortable. So is a weight in the 80s safe and comfortable for you, but maybe not in the 70s? So that's what I want you to start to explore. And when you get an image of yourself now at your current weight, is it a realistic image of your weight right now? So if you close your eyes and you feel into your current weight and how you feel about your current weight, and you bring up an image of yourself, is it reflective of your current weight? So if you're, for instance, 90 kilos at the moment and you bring up an image of your current weight, is it around that 90 kilos? Or is it heavier? So this can be very common as well. Then this is your psychological set point weight. So if your image is heavier than what you really are in reality, the image that you have of yourself is a psychological set point weight. So maybe that could be 120 kilos, maybe it's 140. And if this is the case, I strongly recommend resetting your psychological set point weight before the number on the scales increases or continues to increase to match this image that you have of yourself. This is really powerful stuff. I love sharing all of this with you. I'm so glad it's resonating. Thank you for being here. Please feel free to leave a positive review if you are learning about yourself, if you are listening to the episodes. It would mean so much to me and to other women so they can also learn and have these same realizations that this information and these topics are really resonating. So thank you, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now. If you loved the content in this podcast, you have to come and check out my one-on-one coaching program. We work together for 3 months to get you back in control and change your relationship with food for good. Now, I only have limited places available every month, so go to my website and click Work With Me. That's www.georgiebeames.com. See you over there.